So what if your menopause is not a problem, but a portal? I can only say this from experience because I'm in the midst of it. And at times I fucking hate it. You can probably relate, right? Um, I just sometimes feel so like there's a new version of me trying to sort of, I don't know. It's sometimes it feels like it's slipping in, and don't always like this new version. Sometimes feels like it's sort of almost haunting me, or it suddenly creeps up, right? And it has a certain. Sometimes I feel like a bit of sadness in there. Like suddenly it's like heaviness and sadness. And other times it feels more like this. It's a certain energy which is feels more neutral. Um, I do feel a lot of energy, but it's also like overwhelming and chaotic, and it causes me to have a certain sort of brain fog, right? Or not frog. Sorry, I'm Dutch. I'm not, but a brain fog, not frog. Yeah, and it often feels like, how do I explain that? It just feels so overwhelming. And things that I could usually take care of and handle, just, I don't know, simple things, work for hours behind my laptop, call this person, call that person, and then we bike everywhere. Bike there and go here, just the regular day-to-day stuff as a mom, as a single mom that I in combination with my whatever, a job, my own company, I could always sort of handle it, even though I know I'm ADHD, or I think I am. I always, manage to keep those balls up. But since I'm 45 now, but it started a few years ago already, that things were just sort of slipping away. I could feel like it's it felt like a very frustrating energy, like I couldn't really grab it at all, get hold of it, and it feels out of control, right? Do you recognize that? It's like there's this whole new woman trying to, yeah, sort of pass through you, and but it feels, it can, on a surface level, or in a 3D world, let's say it like that, it can really feel like, oh my God, this is the end. Now I'm like, now it's going down, my looks, the way I feel, my libido, my energy, my body, it feels like you were you were until you were like 40, it was like and then it feels like, it can feel, it doesn't say, I don't want to say it feels like it, but and then it feels like you're down the slippery slope, sort of, sometimes, right? And then we as women, we will start to talk about it with each other, not with everyone, not everyone gets us, but with women that experience the same, have sleepless nights, hot flashes, brain fog, feel like a fucking bitch often, like suddenly you can say things to your kids, to your partner, to others, and you're like, did I actually just say that? And you feel like such a horrible person, I mean, I'm single at this moment, but I have friends that say every month they want to have a divorce, they want to file for a divorce, and now their husbands sort of get it, and they're like, "Oh, darling, it's your PMS again." It's the PMS, but then in the perimenopause, it's phase. It's like, it feels like it's 10 times as much, right? Um, so I know how you feel because I feel like this too. But lately, I think it's been since the last half a year already, but it's more and more, I can feel it more and more here that it's true, or at least for me. So I'm speaking my truth now. More and more, I can see that it's an invitation. It's an invitation. It's an invitation to step into a portal. That it's a port. Well, no, yeah, it's a portal to this other version of you, this woman you were always supposed to be, this woman you already are. You've always been her. It's the real you, it's the full version of you, the full expression of you. But you've always dimmed her light. That's what we do, that's what we all do, especially as women, men as well, especially as women. You know, we've been told to for ages, and still we've been told to be silent, be in the background, not take too much space, right? And then in this whole phase where we were supposed to create babies, to create new lives, even though if you are literally a mom or not, doesn't really matter, but there was this energy of creation, right? But also this phase in which, love life could sometimes be, well, maybe still, but be very complicated because you were looking for the best husband ever for you, but also for your kids, right? Or, sometimes we maybe have chosen a partner that was there, that was perfect for that time, right? For the reproduction of ourselves in that phase. But now that our hormones have completely shifted, it's this other woman. It's this other woman that wants to be there, that wants to come through you. This other version of you that's already there. So what if always been her, and now perimenopause, or or maybe it's already menopause, or it's perimenopause. I don't, you feel like you're already going there. Let's say our mid age, sort of. What if it's not a problem? It's the whole purpose. It's not a problem. It has a purpose. It has a purpose. It is a portal for you to become who you've always been, to come back home, back to you, to live the fullest version of you, to express every part of you with your voice, with your body, sexually, with your mind. And then you might be thinking, yeah, but oh my God, I often I don't feel the mojo. I feel like overwhelmed. I feel like a bit of a bitch. I feel like I'm on that slippery slope where we were just talking about. I get you. That creeps into me too often, always unexpectedly. Like, at least prior to this, when I had like a sort of a regular cycle still. Cycle, yeah. I could really predict, like, oh, I will have my period then. And I know PMS phase just before that, only then, like often it would be a week, but still, I would have at least a few, like I would call them sort of black days, like, oh, everything was wrong. It was like the law of, how do you call it? The law of Murphy, right? Everything is like it's just like your whole life is falling apart. But at a certain point, this too shall pass. But now it's creeping in unexpectedly, right? I can feel amazing one day, like I can really feel like authentic and myself. And the next day, it's the opposite. It's like I've lost it all, right? Um, so I get that, and I get you. So then we tend to see this as a problem, as a big problem. Like we have to find solutions for it because we don't sleep, because we get the hot flash, because we feel right? And it feels like we're out of control, and it sucks to feel that because right, we want to be in control. We want to take our power back. And what if that is exactly where it's helping us to expand to? What if instead of, you can call it a brain fog, I'm saying it again, you can call it brain fog or you can call it overwhelmment. And, and it feels like it feels so off that we cannot really do the things, just the regular things we always used to do, right? But what if that's the intention? What if that's the whole purpose of it? Because we cannot just do it. That old system doesn't work anymore. There's a new you, and that new you needs more space. Space to be, to resonate, to just, don't go to that birthday by pleasing her, by saying yes. Well, you could care less, right? By just not immediately answering texts or phone calls or whatever. Everybody around me knows they shouldn't call me. I hate calling somehow. It just drains my energy. Once in a while I do it every week with my mom. But other than that, I love spoken messages and everything because then I can do it in my own time. But I hate calling. I never use my phone to call. I use it for all other things. So, and what if sometimes when you're grumpy and you're like wanna you're like, fuck it all, you want to swear at your husband or whomever. I'm not saying you should do that, but it is probably because it is too much. It is all too much to handle. You cannot take it all in anymore. It doesn't work anymore like that. And you feel overwhelmed, not because the quantity of what's all coming in, and the heaviness of it, but also because you're not expressing yourself. You're not expressing who you fully are. Your soul, that's how it at least feels for me. Your soul is longing to express herself, right? You can feel that. It's a certain, I feel it here, it's a heart space, and here it's like the voice area. And also in my belly, actually, it's a deeper knowing that I want to give expression to myself. It doesn't literally mean you have to go on YouTube like me and speak out, right? But it helps to use your voice to create, not just to swear at your husband or to get things organized, but it wants you to be, the universe, God wants you to be a vessel, a portal for the message that wants to be pulled through you, The more authentic you are, the more you are in tune with yourself, grounded, in alignment, whatever you want to call it. So the less fluff there is around, the more you are in direct alignment with source, right? And then, like I am now, right? I didn't prepare any scripts. I knew sort of the subject I wanted to speak about. I didn't even make bullet points because I fully trust. That's why I did a few hours of alignment, getting into alignment, right? Or not even a few hours, but like at least an hour. But that's amazing anyway, right? Not just for this video. That's the whole point of being alive, I guess, right? The more you're in alignment, the more you're fully alive. And then once I'm there, I start recording and I trust that whatever wants to be born through me will reach you. And you are my right audience, otherwise you wouldn't be listening. You are my right go-to person. You resonate with this message and with me. And you had to hear it from me, otherwise you would have looked at another video, right? Because you feel the same. You struggle with the same, but you also hold the same perspective. You feel what I've just been telling you, that you are a portal. Perimenopause is a portal. You're meant to fully express yourself. You feel this in every cell of your body, but you just needed to hear it. You need to hear it from me, from source. So you are remembered. You can remember it again. And you can find your own way of expressing who you fully are, right? But only already not knowing this, but feeling it so deeply, just resonating with this message is already enough, right? That's already switching your perspective, putting you on a different timeline. Because suddenly there's a huge opportunity for you, right? To be a whole new you, have a whole new life where there's different people there, different opportunities, magical experiences, right? If you see it as a portal instead of a problem, the world is your oyster, baby. Yeah, I have so much more to, share, of course. But that's why, I started a YouTube channel. YouTube channel, sorry. So, but I feel like this is the message for now. Let me know in the comments if this resonates. And what else you really would love to know, hear from me. Do you have a question you want to have an answer to? Like something that's, you're like, yeah, okay, so yeah, of course, blah, blah, blah. You can say that, but what if this, what if that? I'm like, I don't know what to do right now. Just ask. Ask in the comments and I will get back to you on the comment itself, or maybe from all of your questions, I will create a new video. Or not maybe, I will. I want to create videos and messages for you, right? So yeah, let me know where you want me to talk about. And yeah, also there's a link in the comments if you want to work with me. I don't know how yet, but I'm sure that can be created in a minute as well, just let me know. I'll put you on a wait list, and the program I'm about to launch is still, it will still be created. It won't be a whole program with a lot of videos and work, and because I don't believe in all of that. I believe that authenticity is the new currency, and a little bit of strategy is fine, but mostly 80% of it is all about your presence. So it will be about that, how we get you into that presence to fully show up and be the woman you've always been, right? All right. See you next time. Ciao.